What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing two beers from the 608 Brewing Company, and they are out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, and I have their 608 Premium Lager and their Citranado. So 608 Premium Lager is a German-style Helles lager that comes in at 5% alcohol by volume and 20 IBUs, while Citranado is a New England IPA that comes in at 7.2% alcohol by volume and 30 IBUs. And at the time of review, I don't know exactly how old both of these cans are. However, they should be relatively fresh, and that's because they were sent to me by a friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Cameron. So huge thanks to him for both of these beers. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way, and he sent 9 beers in total, all of which were from the Midwestern region of the US, and he sent me 2 from 608. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of do one of these showcase or brewery showcase reviews where I review 2 beers from the same brewery. And the styles have nothing to do with one another. It's just kind of want to, introduce myself to them or have them introduced to me properly. So I thought we would do this today, and here we are. Now, they don't have canned on dates, hence I don't know exactly how old they are, but when Cameron set out the box, he also sent a note, and he said both of these are, he would assume, under 2 months old. He said Citranado is their house IPA, and it does actually say on the back, our house IPA. I think this is like a rotating release, but they should be relatively fresh. So anyway, we are going to review first the 608 Premium Lager. So like I said, it says Helles Lager beer on the front, the sensible choice for the sensitive palate. Like I said, 5% alcohol by volume. Crack it open and get it into the glass. And at the end of the review, we're going to do the cuvee, aka the cuvee, aka the cuvee. Mix them both together, see how they are. And that's what you expect from the Beer Patrol, and that's what we're going to do. So let's give it a pour here into the glass. I don't know what's all over my glass right there. Was that just because I cracked it open? I washed my glasses before I got into it. Oh, it's on the outside. Yeah, no, that's definitely for me cracking the beer. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Pour-wise, we'll throw this over here. Like I said, at the end, we'll do the cuvee, and I'll probably just pour right from the can into the extra glass I have. So that pours out a beautiful looking like yellow golden straw color. It does have some fine particulates. It's not straight on hazy. You can see probably the shadow of my hand. You could maybe make out my hand a little bit, but it's not crystal clear. Hold it up to the light, definitely unfiltered, 100%. Very fine particulates floating around. Like I said, yellow, I'd say yellow golden color with a little bit of haze. It had a finger of this bright white head that is dissipated to a thin film, which is a bummer, but it looks nice. I wish the head was a little bit more of like 1, 1.5, 2 fingers, but it is what it is. So let's get a nose on this one. Ooh. So I really like Helles lagers because typically the bready character from them is very vibrant. And here, yeah, the bready character's here. I usually get like sourdough. It's very complex and over the top. Not as much here. It definitely has like a sourdough kind of bread, or like even like just like a slightly toasted bread, but there's a big lemon vibe to this one. Yeah, lemon, maybe a little bit of orchard fruits like an apple or pear. Touch of a grassy kind of floral sensation. Touch of that lager funk. There's a little bit of like a sulfur thing going on. Smells super refreshing. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Or should I say Prost? Thanks again, Cameron. Taste is actually better than the nose. So the taste reminds me, oh, yeah. Oh, this is really well done. Stop me in my tracks. I was going to be like, oh, yeah, this reminds me. Oh, hang on. Time out. Like, something just hit me I got to talk about. So like I said in the nose, when it comes to Helles lagers in general, whether they're authentic, imported ones from Germany, or actually ones that are brewed here in the US, the ones that win me over are the complex, malt-driven ones that are like over-the-top, sourdough bread. Just the bready vibe is immaculate, right? And the nose wasn't all that. It was definitely had some complexities to the breadiness, but had a little bit of lemon and the orchard fruit and a little bit of hop character. In the taste, this is exactly what I want out of a Helles. This is medium-bodied. You might even say full-bodied for a 5% Helles lager. The mouthfeel, it's very crisp and effervescent. It's smooth. It's appropriate. The taste, it's exactly kind of what I want out of this style. Like the first half of the palate, first third of the palate is a complex, intense, in-depth flavor profile of bread. It's sourdough bread. It's white bread. It's a touch of brown bread. It's a little bit of, it has a little toasty character, a little bit of a generic graininess, but it's so beautifully done. And the beautiful thing about it is that it hits me at the forefront, dives underneath the palate, and then comes back on the finish. So it's like you get it at the front of the palate, and then you get it on the finish, and that's what I like about it. Midway through, though, again, orchard fruits, a little bit of like a core of a red delicious apple, touch of like a pear skin. It's a little underlying like lemon kind of citrus character. There's a zippy lemon note. And then on the finish, and again, it's that floral, slightly earthy, maybe a touch of spice, but it balances out this beer. And again, then you get hit with the breadiness again. Very clean beer. That sulfur note carried over a little bit. There's a little bit of that like sulfuric kind of characteristic. Like I'd say it's more omnipresent than anything, but it doesn't step in the way. This is really well done. Is it my favorite house lager? I don't think so. But you know, I could probably put like my top 5 or 6 house lagers, and they would all be very similar. Let me tell you, not having a beer from 608 and being this my introduction to them. This, if I just had this, I'd be like, good fucking job. The nose, a little bit underwhelming. The taste, more than made up for it. 5%, you can't really taste it. Good carbonation, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to rate it after I drink the Citranado, because I just, let's see what's up with Citranado. All right, Citranado. Our house IPA, 100% Citra hops, you're welcome. This is where I said in the unboxing, I said something like, I'm going to need you to settle down 608 with that. And it was funny because Cameron sent me a message on Instagram, was like, hey, did you notice anything about their new labels? And on their label, Citranado, it just said your mom's house IPA. I thought that was hilarious. So I like their humor. I get them, Actually, let me do the roll here, because it's been sitting here for a while. Do a little bit of a roll. I'll roll that right off fucking camera, okay? We're going to roll it, crack it. Yeah, jostle it up a little bit because this is a New England IPA. Didn't fully open. Whatever. I'm going to give it a pour here. Go hard or go home, as they say, right? Yeah, got a little bit of spillage here because it didn't open properly all the way. I don't know why that didn't happen. How it should have. Oh, that's a nice vibrant color. Oh, Dirty Glass Mafia on the backside. Can't see it. Hang on. Not allowed to see the Dirty Glass Mafia. For these eyes only. All right, you can put this in my pocket as you do. All right, let's give it a little bit more of a pour here. Something like that. We'll do... Nice, so... They say IPA. I said New England because they actually list it as a New England IPA on their website, or is it maybe Instagram? But anyway, I poured it like a Neanderthal, so this is what you get. You get this vibrant orange color. On camera, it's going to look more, dull, and I'm going to look back at this when I'm editing it and go, what the fuck are you talking about? And be like, well, in person, my camera doesn't suck because it doesn't matter because it's just my eyes. But yeah, this has this yellow sunshine kind of like orange color. Like that's pretty much what it is. There's a good, haze to it. You can see the shadow of my hand, I believe, but you can't make out my hand specifically. Hold it up to the light. Yeah, vibrant beyond belief. About 2.5 fingers of a very soap sudsy, bright white colored head. Looks nice. I wish the head was a little bit more compact and tightly bubbled, but it could be me just pouring like an idiot, which it probably is. Let's get a nose. Ooh. So Citra is one of those hops now, and I've had a conversation with Curtis, a good friend of mine, a viewer of the channel, and we're talking about, and he's like, about the hops, and he listened to a podcast with Jeremiah and Jude from Hop Butcher a while ago, talking about how there's certain number of hops that they call banger hops, and I was like, well, a lot of people also refer to them as cheater hops. And there are a lot of those, but Citra is one of those hops that you just as a mainstay now. Citra, I feel, is like what Cascade was 10 to 15 years ago. Like it's in most IPAs. And I dare I say, I love the hop. Citra hop is fantastic. That's why it's so prominent, right? When you get 100% Citra hop beers, for me, they usually work well. And I'll tell you, the nose, it's sweet orange, it's peach, a little bit of grapefruit, touch of mango. There's this nice dank herbaceous spiciness too from the hop character. Smells a little bit sweeter. Again, this is a 7.2% New England IPA, so I'm getting a little bit of like this crackery malt sensation. Yeah, it just smells really well done. And for like a house IPA, you're going to come in and get, hey, hand me an IPA. They're going to say, here's Citranado. It's usually going to be fresh. It's on tap all the time. Like, this is really well done. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Cameron. This is much lighter than I anticipated off that first sip. It's nice, but it's light. If you told me this was like a 6.2% New England IPA, I'd be like, yeah, because the body's a bit thinner, mouthfeel not as substantial, and the flavor is a little bit lighter. I take it back. The mouthfeels, I should say the body's fine. So 7.2% is like medium body. That's fine. I take that back. It's not like thin. It's not watery. It's just, you know, after having like a Hot Butcher 7.5% double IPA that where the body's like higher side of medium, lower side of full, in my mind, I'm comparing. No, I think this is appropriate, so I can't do that. This is appropriate for the body. The mouthfeel is actually a little bit better than after that first sip. It's crisp, so it's like moderately carbonated, but it does have a smooth, somewhat creamy kind of sensation. The taste, yeah, bready, biscuity, maybe a touch of cracker sensation at the forefront from the malts, kind of dives underneath the palate, and then waves of citrus. This is very citrus laden. There's a ton of sweet, juicy, I'd say like navel orange, maybe even a touch of blood orange, transitions into ruby red grapefruit, touch of tangerine, maybe, dare I say tangelo? Yeah, it definitely has the juiciness of a tangelo. Lots of just, again, very complex and over-the-top citrus characters. And again, it's sweet, it's juicy, a little bit pithy and rindy, but more to the juicy side of things. Halfway through the palate, get a pop of like a peach and mango kind of, I'd say more of like an over-ripened peach and mango, so a little bit to the sweeter side of things. And then on the finish, it has this nice, I'd say earthy floral spiciness from the hops. It finishes mildly bitter, not a lot of bitterness here, but it does have a semi to full on dry kind of finish, so it balances out nicely. I will say that when I say balance, it's still like 60-40 in terms of sweetness to a dryness, so this leans a little bit sweeter. But as far as a house IPA goes, I could probably crush, you know, a couple pints of this easily and just sitting there on tap chatting with somebody and not really think twice. This is I know this sounds stupid in the grand scheme of things, but this is a super drinkable like hazy / New England IPA. That's what this is. It's like very crushable. It almost reminds me of like a slightly more intense like hazy pale ale, but it's higher in ABV and it drinks a little bit lower, which, you know, a lot of people want like a 5.5% pale ale to like have the intensity of flavors and the drinkability of something that's 8%. And then sometimes you get something like this where it's like 7.2. I could drink a couple of these and it's like drinking a 5.5, but I'd be feeling good real quick. Bang for buck there. 7.2, can't really taste that at all. Nothing in the chest. This is the way I'll do it. And I didn't think this was going to be the case. This, good. Good to very good. I would say this is really nice. This, fan-fucking-tastic. This is the clear winner between the two. Not bullshit. 100%. Let me cleanse my palate and go back real quick. I want to taste this again now. It's been sitting here for a couple minutes. That is great for a Helles lager. It's fucking great. That good to really good. All right, so before we do anything, let me do the ratings on these two, and I want to do the thumbnail because I'm gonna post this on Instagram, and I want something that's gonna be on my. How do we do this? Like this? Let me. Oh, I almost spilled that because you're an idiot, Joe. We gotta try to do the thumbnail. If you watch this long, you can sit here for half a minute and watch me do shitty thumbnails. Okay, that's what you can do. And that's what my channel is in a nutshell. But both of these are really good. But in all honesty, rating on the 608 Premium Lager. Cool, low 4.5, go 4.4. Yeah, I just said 4.4. Yeah, you didn't hear me. Or I mean, you did hear me. You didn't mishear. Maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe because you already clicked off the review. This, my friends, is this is awesome. And I didn't think I'd say that right now. 4.4. Now, Citranado, their house IPA, don't get me wrong, it's good. I enjoy it. But this beer right here, it's a 4 out of 5. That's how much more I like that beer than this. I Again, this is a really nice house IPA, 100% Citra hops. It's really nice. I dig it, but I'd rather drink this all day, every day. Now, it's cuvee time, aka the cuvee. So let's pour, you know, a little bit in there, something like that. Okay, do something like that. I'm not trying to go crazy because I want to enjoy this one on its own. Do something like that, and then something like that. Might have poured a little bit more of the Citranado in. I don't know. Maybe I'll make up for it a little bit more of this, like that. There we go. I think we're good. As I spill this everywhere, I'm gonna get out the paper towel. Yeah, we're trying to make 70-minute reviews. What are we doing here? Doing whatever I say. It's the Beer Patrol. There's no rules. Nobody knows what's going on. Yeah, it kind of looks the same. I mean, if we're being honest here, it looks more like the Citranado than anything. Ooh. You know what this smells like? This smells like an old school like Jack's Abbey IPL, where like has a lot of citrus character, a little bit of that stone fruit, but it has this distinct breadiness, and you can just smell it's a lager from, you know, the lager funk. Wow, this smells really good. This smells better than that and that. This smells better than both of them. Hopefully it tastes pretty fucking good. Cheers, everyone. Just kind of muted both of them. It's not bad. It's just like it kind of muted the breadiness, the complex breadiness you get from the Helles, and kind of took away a lot of the fruit character from the Citranado. 3.5 out of 5. That's why I'm glad I only wasted whatever, like 4 or 5 ounces of this. I'm gonna drink the rest of these for sure and enjoy them. So price point availability: the 608 Premium Lager, $12 a 4-pack all fucking day long. Sons, all day long. I'd pay easily $3 for a can of that. It's fucking awesome. This, I think he said, was $19 a 4-pack. No, I would not pay $19 a 4-pack. I'll be honest with you, I would not. I would get, some pours on draft. Like I went to 608, I would get definitely a pour or two of this. I get a pour of that, or maybe if I'd get a flight, if they have flights, maybe I get that in the flight. Again, I get it. It's a good house IPA, but like, doing it, I think it might be doing a disservice in this review after having this, even though they're completely two different styles. Just like the quality of this beer surpasses this. But I can see how a lot of people would enjoy this one. So I wouldn't personally pay $19 a 4-pack, but I'm sure some people would. So it is what it is. Availability, I have no idea with 608. So Cameron, you want to chime in, or anybody in Wisconsin, let me know. This was really cool to do. Hopefully 608 sees this and sees, like, again, somebody who has never really heard of the brewery until Cameron sent me stuff. Sometimes beers can surprise, and this beer surprised the shit out of me. Like this, it's going to be tough for the beers that Cameron has sent to me to surpass this in terms of the enjoyability factor for myself is through the roof with this one. It's just a fucking fantastic Helles style lager. And I don't know if this is their house lager, but if not, this needs to be. This needs to be a lager in which you can convert the macro drinkers into craft beer drinkers, because it's not over the top. It's still very approachable, but delicious at the same time. So once again, huge thanks to Cameron for both of these beers. It was a lot of fun to do. If you've had either of these, or you have heard of 608, or you've been there, or you've tried any of these, post in the comment section, let me know. These are always fun to do. I'll probably do more going into the future and down the line. But I thought it made too much sense to do these, especially since, if I'm reviewing 2 beers in a day, it can't be crazy high ABV. 5%, 7.2, we're fine today. I'll drink the both of them. Definitely drink the rest of this, but not mix them, because the cuvee was not a chief. Definitely not. So once again, huge thanks to Cameron. Thanks everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. I don't know if I talked about ABVs. I think I did. 5%, you can't tell. 7.2%, you can't tell. I have like a checklist in my brain by the end of the review. I'm like, did I talk about this? Did I talk about that? And usually it's the ABV. I'm pretty sure I did. But I'm drinking 2 beers and I'm getting kind of full and getting a little bit toasted. It is what it is. Anyway, to the next one. Cheers.